Because you have such strong opinions on this. And look, you've been doing this for longer than I've been alive. So I would love to hear your perspective on exactly how undocumented citizens take advantage of our supposedly robust welfare state.
We know they're massively collecting food stamps, health care. It is 100%
Absolutely
true.
Not true. The only thing you can say is maybe they're using health care. Yeah,
okay,
the health care.
Ann Coulter completely destroys Hasan Piker. Hasan Piker thinks he could come on here and try to argue on behalf of illegal immigrants in one of the most ridiculous arguments that I've ever heard, but Ann Coulter is just not having it, and she lets him know it in the most explosive way possible. Let's see Ann Coulter shut down Hasan Piker.
No, absolutely not. Also, what difference does it make whether we build a wall or not? These are legal asylum seekers coming in the caravan. It's not like these people are coming to cross the border or jump over the Mexican border. I feel like if they were trying to sneak into the country, they'd probably be doing a better job and not come in such high numbers coming in after escaping violence in their countries. And then on top of that, this notion that Ann is snuck in, they have welfare checks waiting for them at the border is also preposterous. It's proven over and over again that immigrants contribute far more than they take to the U.S. economy. And I think there was 1,436 economists from all different backgrounds that wrote an open letter to Donald Trump advising him that immigration is a net benefit. It's virtually every single economist agrees on this.
Ann?
Well, none of these are asylum cases, or they'd stop in the first country they get to. The idea of asylum is something like there's a Holocaust, there's a potato famine. No, this is how these people always live, which is why all of different countries want to come to, the biggest welfare state in the world. That is the United States, and get welfare checks. And yeah, okay, you got economists to sign a letter. Dumping poor people on America is not making us better. They are far more likely to be receiving welfare, and that's just your average illegal immigrant, and immigrant are way higher to be accepting government assistance than American.
How would they accept government assistance?
Applicants don't have to wait at all. They instantly get given food, housing, everything, but they aren't asylum cases. These aren't people fleeing one corrupt, I'm trying to kill you. Otherwise, they'd get to Mexico and say, phew, home free, I'm in Mexico. No, they want to come to the biggest welfare state in the world.
Yeah, exactly. 100% correct. They're coming over here because, yes, they are getting benefits from being over here. The Haitian migrants, they joined here on a program where they get their work visas and all these other benefits here. Yeah, absolutely there's benefits. They could vote here without having to worry about showing ID. They could do all these things. And yeah, just fleeing a country that isn't as good for America. That's not seeking asylum. That's not fleeing from a war or a famine like Ann Coulter said. And when you have people like Hasan Piker and these Democrats making these excuses for these illegal immigrants, yeah, of course they're going to come over here. Of course. And when they're trying to stop Donald Trump from building a wall or just taking these measures to minimize illegal immigration, yeah, absolutely. That's an incentive for all these people to come over here. You're telling them, doors open, boys. Come on in. But you have people like Hasan Piker and these Democrats that just make excuses after excuse. But Hasan Piker, he lives in a pretty big, nice house. Pretty sure he lives in a really big, nice area. He doesn't have to worry about all that stuff. Just like many of these other politicians or famous people or whatnot live in these nice areas, we don't have to worry about it. Oh, but when the Republic, when Florida started sending the immigrants over to where they are, that was so funny how their tune changed. That was so interesting how they're like even the mayor of New York after a while was like, you know what? Yeah, there's kind of a problem. Because normally they don't have to deal with it. But once they actually have to deal with it and feel the effects, their tune changes in an instant. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoy content like this. Let's continue.
I mean, the American welfare state might be big in totality as far as our population goes, but it's definitely not as encompassing as plenty of other European nations. But that's besides the point. You mentioned welfare. Can you describe to me specifically how undocumented citizens take advantage of our robust welfare state?
They can't walk to Sweden. They can walk to this country.
No, but you're not answering my question.
They can also walk to Mexico, and they're not stopping there.
Okay, but you're not answering my question.
Well, you
if they're
say
coming to the
asylum.
U.S. welfare state-
Asylees are entitled to everything citizens are.
Oh, so now they're
entitled to.
asylum seekers because previously you were
they
using
aren't,
the perspective that they
genuine
aren't
cases.
asylum speakers.
No, I am saying they do not qualify. They should not qualify, but they are classified as asylees, as you say, and that's the whole panoply. In fact, they get more than citizens. They have housings
but
built for
undocumented
them.
citizens as a whole, because you have such strong opinions on this, and look, you've been doing this for longer than I've been alive, so I would love to hear your perspective on exactly how undocumented citizens take advantage of our supposedly robust welfare state.
We know they're massively collecting food stamps, health care. It is 100%
Absolutely
true.
not true. The only thing you can say is maybe they're using health care. Yeah,
okay,
the health care, as far as emergency rooms, approximately is 0.09% of the entire health care budget.
Schools, English as a second language classes. All these schools across America. Oh, sorry, there's going to be no Christmas pageant this year. We had 16 English as a second language classes.
Are you making the assumption that Latin American countries are somehow not Christian and therefore don't want Christmas?
What does this have to do with Christmas?
Well,
you're not following the argument.
We're going to have to leave it there, but we will have more debate, and we're going to play this song, Why Can't We Be Friends?
That's great. I'm going to play this song, Why Can't We Be Friends? Hasan Piker, the only reason why this dude has any sort of career is because of his Unky Chunky Cenk Uygur. Because without Cenk Uygur, this dude, I don't know what he would be doing. You know, maybe he might still have some kind of fame, you know, doesn't he? I don't know. I know he does like tons of streams, so maybe he would make a connection somewhere. But in the political sphere, this dude like would not be. This is the left's best. You know, like their Destinies, their Hasan Pikers. Like, listen, I don't like David Pacman. I think that guy's a slimeball weasel. But I even think he does a better job of making his case than Hasan Piker does. And Hasan Piker, you know, he goes, well, why don't you tell me, you know, why don't you explain to me how they're taking care of the welfare state? Okay. I mean, didn't they like give them a hotel to live at, like in New York? Like they're staying at the freaking, I forgot the name of the hotel, but they're staying in these hotels and school like gyms and stuff like that. They're giving like these people housing and stuff. They're pretty much like, you know, not fully being taken, like they're not fully taking care of them, but they're doing a lot more for these illegal immigrants than like the homeless in our country or like the veterans in our country. You know, they're given a lot more benefits than our veterans. And that's pretty sad. And then you had California, like, I don't know if it's still in place, but I remember like, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, 6 years ago, around that time, 5 years ago, maybe, I don't know. It was years ago. Here in California, they penalize people, like citizens here. If you don't have health insurance, then you're pretty much getting fined. Like if you're a family and you don't have health insurance, they would fine you and then give that money that would be used to contribute to health care for illegal immigrants. It was a whole thing. I was like, what the heck? So people, if they can't afford health care here, like if they can't afford health insurance, I should say, here in California, you're going to just penalize them and then give that money to illegal immigrants? And then they're all like states that consider themselves illegal immigration sanctuary states. And it's like, come on, dude. Like, we're bending over backwards for these people who aren't even citizens. But what do you guys think? Sound off in the comment section below. Give this video a like if you liked it. And if you did like it, I got more content on the screen for you. I got Young Turk stuff. I got a whole bunch more. Click away and enjoy.